This is a revolution. Its aim is to hurt you. Yes, that would include physically in the end. Sorry. And I'm not calling for stockpiling ammo, though. I mean, no one ever went broke doing that, I can say. What I'm calling for is approaching this moment with the seriousness that it both deserves and requires. Here's how I think we should respond. First, by taking stock of ourselves. I mean, are we actually living lives that prepare us for whatever is coming next? And here's how you know this is like a process that's imminent, not far away. This election, we have a president who's, well, I'm not being mean, but is senile. That's just true. And I feel mean every time I say that, but it's true. And who is literally losing to a candidate who's been indicted 4 times on 91 felony counts. So they've done everything they can by legal means, which are in fact extra legal means, if we're being totally honest, completely third world stuff, to take the opponent out of the race, and they're still losing. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. This is not going to be a race between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I would bet my beloved fishing camp in Maine that is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So what will happen? Well, I don't know. One of like 400 distinct other possibilities? I mean, I just can't even, pick one. But the point is, this will be forced. These issues will be forced soon, like in a year. And the road from here to November of 2024 is going to be filled with developments nobody in this room could foresee. I can promise you that. So it's about to get very serious, for sure. It's only leadership of the world at stake. So everything's at stake. What wouldn't they do? What haven't they done? What might they do next? Let your imagination run wild. So the question, the only one that you can answer is, how will you prepare yourself for that? And because that really is the only question. And I mean, my answers to that in my own life, I'll just tell you what I think. One, be a little bit more serious. Take this seriously. Much as you want to retreat and pretend everything is fine, sit down. It's not fine, okay? 2, maybe if you look across at the people you despise, the small group of people running this country, it is small. It does not represent most people in America. It doesn't represent anything close to a majority at all. Again, just to restate, Donald Trump, who is hated as a blood enemy by over 40% of the population, and who's been attacked in ways that no political figure's ever been attacked in the West, is beating the incumbent president, okay? This is the moment to try a little harder to be a little bit better. This is not the moment to be drunk all the time. This is not the moment to tell lies. As they go lower, go higher. And there are many reasons for this. And one is spiritual, let's be totally honest. I do think this is a spiritual battle. There's no political explanation for it whatsoever. But one other reason is for the way that you feel about yourself. When you're honest, you are proud of yourself. When you're honest, you are strong. When you lie, you become weak. That is true. Tell a lie, you become weak. Why do you lie? Because you're hiding something. Because you believe that the people around you knew what you really thought or said or did, they would think less of you. That diminishes you. Your power ebbs when you lie. Tell the truth. Live like a decent person. Try. I mean, you really feel like Cotton Mather just saying that out loud. It sounds so radical, but it's not. And gather your family to you in a real way. If you've got a dispute with a sibling or a parent or a child or the person who shares your bed, do your best to make it better. Spend less time on Twitter. Spend more time talking to your wife. I mean it. Strengthen the core. And the core is your family. It's the orbit right around you. I believe very, very strongly, more than almost anything, in the concentric circle theory of love, which is when you love people and you help them, either with your time or your empathy or your advice or your money, it should begin at the closest level to you. So I'm not sending a single dollar for mosquito nets in Congo until my wife is happy with me. I mean it. I mean it. And I'm not, I'm not going to worry about the children until my 4 children are in a good place and until I've called them every single day. And I'm not giving any more money to the Episcopal Church until my housekeeper gets a new car. I mean it. She's my housekeeper. She's cleaning my toilets. I'm serious. And so think of yourself, particularly for the head of household, as not in an egotistical way, but in a very practical way. Like it all radiates out from you. Like make sure that the in-close relationships are good. Spend all your time on that until they are. And in so doing, you become stronger, your family becomes stronger, and I'm using family in a very loose sense because a lot of people don't have at this point, and this is a product of policy, intentional, don't have nuclear families. I'm so blessed to have one, but many people who I love don't, including my own children. But your family and the people that you have real relationships with. And what's a real relationship? A real relationship, a fake relationship is when you're talking to someone and you tell the truth about other people. Oh, she's such a bitch. Oh, we're close. Okay. No, that's a fake, that's a relationship you have with your hairdresser, okay? It's a fake relationship. A real relationship is when you tell the truth about yourself. That's the acid test. Do I have a real relationship with this person? Am I willing to admit who I really am? And it's those relationships you strengthen. And the more you do, the stronger you get. So that's the first thing. Take stock of your own life. Try to be virtuous. I know it sounds so dopey. I'm way too Episcopalian to even have these conversations, but it's real. Live in a way that you're proud of. And the prouder you are of it, the less they're going to mess with you. You stand a little tall. Well, you can't mess with me. I got my household squared away. Back off. Touch my kids and get hurt. That's how people with self-respect behave. People with no self-respect are all like, I don't know, the therapist said maybe. What? Who's the, get out of here, you freak. You're a therapist? Be gone. Have you dealt with them? You know what I'm talking about? The school people, well, the school therapist. First of all, you shouldn't have a therapist, weirdo. Anyway, whatever, don't even get me going. Okay, so that's the first thing.